Pay athletes these fantastic salaries. I was listening to the radio the other day. They just contracted to pay one player on one team $6 million a year. Can you believe this?
And why is that?
It's the Roman circus. What does the emperor do when the people become restive, and when the people are asking questions, and when the people don't like the policies of the emperor? He sends them to the circus. He creates a circus. He builds a giant coliseum. And he begins to throw the Christians to the lions. And he has great chariot races and football games and basketball games, all to keep the idiots preoccupied with things that don't mean anything in the scheme of the entire world, so that they don't have the time to learn what the truth is, so they don't ever get smart enough to learn how they're being manipulated. There is no job worth $2 million a year. That's why they pay athletes these fantastic salaries. I was listening to the radio the other day.
Shalom. All right. Want to give all praise to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Want to give double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone and every well, and peace, blessing, and salutations to the whole full less scattered abroad. It's the brother you want to come with another lesson through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Lord willing, this video is edifying. And, going back to the video I just played, man, it's called Bread and Circus. And just like the dude in the video was saying, man, we know that this is, spiritual Rome, spiritual Egypt, so, it's the same things that was taken back. Scripture also said there's nothing new under the sun, so all the things that you see, taking place right now, it has happened. It's happened before, man. And, really just want to go into this because, our people, the majority of our people, are under, this brainwash, they've been brainwashed under this, man, thinking that, sports, entertainment actually means anything, man, and, just like the man in the video said, whenever the people ask questions, whenever people are happy with the kings or the rulers' rules, what does he do? He builds a circus, builds a coliseum, man. And I watched this video, this is the spirit, because I watched this video a couple years back, probably like 5-6 years ago. I watched this video and, somebody showed this to me, but, still being asleep, didn't realize, what was truly going on. The Lord didn't reveal it for me to understand it at that time. But, now, the Wadi Habashim Yashah for, revealing his spirit, unto me so I can receive, you understand that, sports, basketball, football, baseball, soccer, and entertainment such as acting or, movies, rapping, all that music, there's really no meaning to it, man. And the majority of our people, when I say our people, the Israelites, are partaking, all their time, effort, and energy in these things, man. You understand? Because why do they create, football, basketball, so Jake could be asleep? You understand? Because, again, that dude said in the beginning of the video, there's no job that is worth paying anybody $2 million. So why do they pay these people all this money? Because it's a cycle. Young Jake sees LeBron James, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, young Jake sees, Esau paying these dudes 20 million, 25 million, 30 million. And when you go to the NBA, 100 million. When they see these numbers, what do Jake want to do? Jake want to go in the gym, or Jake want to go on the field to practice and to basically emulate that. Why? Because they see the money. And what comes with money? Fame, fame, fortune, notoriety. Jake likes those things because most Jakes come from, broken households. But going back to the point, they made these things, such as sports and all this entertainment. They made it for one reason. And the reason is to distract. Again, you know, brother said that these elites have paid billions, shit, trillions, if you ask me, to hide this truth from us, man. And how do they hide this truth from us? Having our mind occupied on things that don't matter, such as sports, man. Jake will kill you. If you having to argue, if you talking about sports with Jake, they will literally kill you over something that something that does not even matter, man. They say three things not to argue, to talk about is religion, sports, and politics, man. But that's just to show you that, something like this, something like this has that much power, man. But, let me grab a precept. And this is in Ecclesiastes. This is Ecclesiastes. It's Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13, and it reads, "Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man." You understand? So that's the duty, man. That's your purpose right there. That's what you are supposed to be doing. But, that's not what is on, these 2/3, or these so-called celebrities' mind, man. That's not what's on their mind, these athletes' mind. What is on their mind? Wake up, grind, go, eat, grind, sleep, and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what's on their mind, man. They not fearing the Most High. Out they mouth, they'll say, want to give it all to God. But what do? They sell out, man. But that is your purpose, That's what you're supposed to be doing on this earth, man. Fearing the Most High and keeping these commandments to the best of your ability, man. But that's not what is going on here. Jake, his mind is, focused on making it to the NBA, NFL. That's why they create things like that, to keep you distracted so you won't come back to, who you are, man. And, anybody that is, I'm speaking for, LeBron James or, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, man, all these dudes sold out, man. All these dudes, man, they sold over to Esau, man, because they wanted to live it up on this side, man. They wanted to, to have the things that Esau had, man. You understand? Let me grab a precept, man, because, with this being established, when they establish these things, Jake ain't worried about, Jake not worried about the Most High, man. Jake's worried about, keeping Esau happy, man, because Esau has the ability and Esau has control over them to take away their riches, man. So, this is the book of Matthew. This is Matthew chapter 16. This is Matthew This is Matthew chapter 16, verse 26, and it reads, "For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul," man? So, what gain does it have if these people, on this side, when I say these people, these athletes, these celebrities, they gain the whole world, man. There's nothing, and again, I was watching one of the brothers yesterday. They was going in on this, man. There's nothing that LeBron James, Michael Jordan, there's nothing that they came by, man. There's nothing that, they basically no one could really say no to them, man, because they gained the whole world on this side, man. But what does this say? It say, I'll read it from the top. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? You understand? So, these dudes basically, selling their soul for fame and fortune, man. On this side. But what do we know? We know that the world passeth away. You understand? So all these things that these dudes have done, all the wickedness that these dudes have done, it's only for right now. Because you can't take your mansion into heaven. You can't take money into heaven. You can't take none of those things with you, man. So you gain the whole world on this side for temporary things. Temporary things. Next, same on staying on Matthew, and this is Matthew chapter 6. This is Matthew chapter 6 verse 19, and it reads, not up for yourself treasures upon earth, man. Scripture tells us to basically not to take the route that these athletes, these celebrities, not to take that route, man. Because why? We're not supposed to be, trying to, live it up to the fullest on this side. We're not trying to, have the biggest house on this side. We're not trying to, basically live it up, man. I made a lesson. And it was, it said it wasn't meant for us to live it up on this side. Why? Because all these things, and it's going to say this to continue. And I'm going to keep reading. Matthew chapter 6, verse 19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust does corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal, man. In the kingdom of heaven, that's not going to happen, man. And it says that as well, verse 20. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal, man. So keep reading on that. Verse 21. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. You understand? So, point being is we're not supposed to be trying to establish, anything on this side. We're not supposed to, basically trying to live it up on this side. What does Micah 2:10 say? Arise and depart, for this is not your rest. But what did these Jakes want to do? What did LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Pat Lamar, what did all of these athletes and so-called celebrities want to do, man? They did the opposite, man. They wanted to live it up on this side, man. That's why going back to what the brother was mentioning in his videos, that's why these dudes ain't really happy. Why? Because they got to answer to Esau, man. But, Salakia from rambling off, but going back to the point is that, bread and circus, man, this was made to distract, This was made to distract, is Israel, man, because who's the main one? Who's the majority playing football? Who's the majority playing basketball? And when you look at baseball, who's playing baseball? It may appear that the so-called white people playing baseball, but who's adding on to who, back, in the Negro leagues, that was Jake. And you got a lot of Hispanic people playing baseball as well, man. So that's just to show you that all these sports was made to distract Jake, man. So they want to come back to the Most High, man. So Esau can have them by their neck the whole time, man. That's why going back to that video, man, LeBron James is upset he got to play in the All-Star game, man. But here you have it. You LeBron James, So that's just to show you that, these dudes aren't really happy, man. But, Salakia, but most of these jakes, they think that, the Most High is the one that gave, most of them know what they have done, when they, sow to eat, but most of them don't. They think that, most of them know this truth. They understand this truth, man. Most of them, think, okay, I'm gonna live it up on this side, and I'm gonna come back in the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? But what does it say? This is bear with me 1 second. All right, this is Galatians. This is Galatians chapter 6. This is Galatians chapter 6, verse 7, and it reads, "Be not deceived, for the Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap." You understand? Verse 8, "For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting," man. So, these people, think that, they got the one up on the Most High, man. They feel like, they got the one up, but they don't understand that, when they do come back, it's gonna be everlasting contempt. That's what Daniel chapter 12 says, man. But the point being, man, on this lesson that, sports, entertainment, everything, was built to distract, man. News, TV, movies, sports, all these things was meant to distract Jake, man. Because that's who is mainly pushed for, man. You got to realize, man, who's playing the sports, who's the best at it, So, Lord willing, you brothers was edified with this lesson, man. I'll play this one more time. But, that's just to show you, man, these people
That's
know,
why
man.
they pay athletes these fantastic salaries. I was listening to the radio the other day. They just contracted to pay one player on one team $6 million a year. Can you believe this?
And why is that?
It's the Roman circus. What does the emperor do when the people become restive, and when the people are asking questions, and when the people don't like the policies of the emperor? He sends them to the circus. He creates a circus. He builds a giant coliseum. And he begins to throw the Christians to the lions. And he has great chariot races and football games and basketball games, all to keep the idiots preoccupied with things that don't mean anything in the scheme of the entire world, so that they don't have the time to learn what the truth is, so they don't ever get smart enough to learn how they're being manipulated. There is no job worth.
Yeah, you brothers heard that, man? They make these things so, no one will have the time, man. And again, I watched this video about 4 or 5 years ago, man. But did I ever go and try to? No, because my mind was focused on what? Basketball. My mind was focused on entertainment, man. So, the video tells you, man, and you can see in the world, man, what do they push? Man, we in the pandemic, a time that this world has never seen before, but they're still playing sports. They're still playing football. They're still playing basketball. They're still doing all these things, man. Why? So you brothers could be asleep, man. So you brothers can never wake up. So you brothers could still, your mind could be focused on things that don't matter, man. Nobody in the kingdom, man, no one's, Lord, when I'm part of that number in the kingdom, ain't nobody gonna be worried about what Michael Jordan did, man. Ain't nobody gonna be worried about Tom Brady, because it does not matter. So, Lord willing, you brothers was edified with this lesson, man. With that being said, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of great Muslim everywhere, and peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered abroad. Till next time, Shalom.